Good evening, miss. So, what is economics? Or who is the father of economics? Economics is the study of how individuals, businesses, governments, and societies make choices about allocating scarce resources so to satisfy their wants and needs. It examines how goods and services are produced, distributed, and consumed. The father of economics is Adam Smith, a Scottish economist and philosopher. He is best known for his book, The Wealth of Nations, which laid the foundations for classical economics and introduced the concept of the invisible hand guiding market forces. Number two is what are the branches of economics and define each? So, economics is broadly divided into two main branches, microeconomics and macroeconomics. This branch focuses on the behavior of individual consumers, firms, and industries. It studies how decisions are made at a smaller scale, such as price determination, supply and demand, and how resources are allocated. So in macroeconomics, this branch looks at the economy as a whole. It examines large-scale economics factors like national productivity, inflation, employment, and government policies. There are also specialized subfields. We have development economics, environmental economics, and behavioral economics. So number three would be what are the 10 basic principles of economics and your understanding of each principles. So number one would be people face trade-offs. So choosing one thing often means giving up something else. For example, spending money on a vacation means you can save that money. So number two would be the cost of something is what you give up to get it. This refers to economic opportunity cost, the value of the next best alternative when a decision is made. So number three would be rational people think at a margin. So decisions are often made by comparing marginal benefits and marginal costs. You might decide to buy an extra slice of pizza if the satisfaction benefit exceeds the cost. So number four would be people respond to incentives. So incentives, rewards, or punishments influence behavior. For instance, higher prices might reduce consumer demand, while discounts increase it. So number five would be trade can make everyone better off. So trade allows countries or individuals to specialize in what they do best and exchange goods and services, leading to mutual benefits. So number six would be markets are usually a good way to organize your economic activity. So free markets, guided by supply and demand, usually allocate resources efficiently without central planning. So number seven would be governments and sometimes improve market outcomes. So governments may intervene to correct market failures like pollution or provide public goods like defense. So A to B, a country's standard of living depends on its ability to produce goods and services. So higher productivity leads to better living standards. So number nine would be prices rise when the government prints too much money. So excess money supply can lead to inflation, reducing the purchasing power of money. So number 10, lastly, would be society faces a short-run trade-off between inflation and unemployment. So in the short term, reducing inflation may lead to higher unemployment and vice versa. So number 4 would be brief history of macroeconomics. Who founded macroeconomics? So macroeconomics emerged as a distinct field during the Great Depression in the 1930s. The British economist John Maynard Keynes is considered the father of macroeconomics. His work, The General Theory of Employment, Interest, and Money, in 1936, introduced the idea that government intervention can stabilize economies, influencing modern macroeconomic policy. So number 5 would be what are the macroeconomic concerns and the goals of a country and their impact on a nation. So the main macroeconomic goals include economic growth, sustained increase in a nation's output of goods and services. Next would be full employment, achieving low unemployment and providing job opportunities. Next would be price stability, and lastly, balance of payments stability. There's also impact on the nation, which is the last one. So number 6 would be show the circular flow model and explain your understanding of it. The circular flow model illustrates how money, goods, and services move through an economy. So, first would be households, which provides factors of production. Firm, which uses the factors of production to produce goods and services. Next would be government, which collects taxes and provides public goods and services. Next would be financial markets, which facilitates savings and investments. Lastly, would be the foreign sector that which involves the imports and exports. So, in a simplified circular flow model, households spends money on goods and services. Firms pay households for labor and other resources, and money flows continuously between these entities during the economy. So, what have you understood? Number 7 would be, what have you understood about the law of supply and demand? So, the law of supply and demand is a fundamental economic principle. So, supply as the price of a good rises, so producers are willing to supply more of it. Demand as the price of a good falls, consumers are willing to buy more of it. So the interaction between supply and demand determines the market price and quantity of goods. So if demand exceeds supply, prices rise, which means shortage. If supply exceeds demand, prices fall, which means surplus. The market naturally moves toward the equilibrium where quantity supplied equals quantity demanded. So that's it, miss. Thank you.